Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Pro Cycling Manager 2019. This is Stage Racer episode number 39. We move on to the Milano-San Remo World Tour race. You can see it's got a decent climb in the middle, but really the action starts near the end. So this is where we'll pick up lots of short, punchy climbs on this one. Not necessarily suited to me, but because of the nature of these, they'll be up on pace, but they won't be attacks over and over again, except for really at the end. So we might have a chance here, but not necessarily. This definitely suits Van Avermaet more than it suits me. And I'm just short of hitting fitness peak. Triggered 25.2. Oh, we're at the end of it. We're in the final day of a fitness peak. Gotcha. 60k to go. We're just starting to get into the climbs at the final part of the stage. We are starting to see splits, but I don't expect many of them to hold just yet. Breakaway has 6 riders. They are now inside 2 minutes as we hit these final climbs. My task here is teammate. I've already put in the kilometers to get the exceptional status early on in the stage, so I get to ride for myself the rest of the way, but I will not have any team support whatsoever. I'm not the leader. I'm not even second choice, or maybe even third choice for this one. So I ride alone to the end. We'll see if I can get anything done. It's going to be harder without that support, but I do have a decent +1 race day condition. First climb was very steep, but also very short. The next 3 climbs, the actual climbs, can be a little bit longer, but none of them are terribly steep. See what the pace looks like. Let's go ×4 on the speed for now. It's easy, at least at the moment. Front groups all split up. That'll make the catch a bit easier. And they're coming back together a little bit now. Oh, Van Avermaet, Rondags, Affini, all falling if they lose the group here. They're still apparently in the group. No, now they're split off. That'll ruin their race day. It still doesn't give me any control. Ben Hermans takes over as team leader in the absence of Van Avermaet. And actually, I think he was team leader in the first place, but Van Avermaet was puncher. Now we're coming up on those 3 climbs. I don't think those guys are going to get back. I think they're going to be too far down. Those last 5 riders in the break, down to 30 seconds. This one, 4.8k, 4.4%. And the pace is really picking up. You can see even at a 91, I'm blinking. That's Caleb Ewan working for his team at the front. Pushing pretty hard here. And this is doing some damage. I mean, I'm hurting here. Breakaway's been caught, so we pulled back 30 seconds just like that in about 2k. Started to get really punchy here. Backing off just to make sure that I can make it over this climb. There's not going to be a lot of time to recover heading into the next one. And it's looking less like a climber's day and more like a puncher's day, and it's definitely not looking like a sprinter's day at this point. You can see the other guys are lasting a little longer than I am at this point. I don't know if that's the resistance. I don't think it's hill rating, because I do have a good hill rating. I'm at an 80 today, so I've got plenty of pace when necessary. Just now hitting the top here. 146 in the peloton still. Van Avermaet's regained contact. That's pretty impressive, but he's going to be at the back end of the group. My recovery, not so great. I think I need to use my gel now. I think I will not make it over the next climb without the aid of the gel, because I'm far from complete on my recovery. Don't get me caught behind this guy. I'm just shuffling straight back. That's too fast going backwards. I don't mind losing a little bit of space here. Hopefully the splits happen behind me, not in front. This is 6K. This is a long climb. And it's all just pace. Down to 36. I'm still in the front group, but now there's the splits. 31. I'm out. Yeah, my stamina. Look how there you go. My stamina is why my yellow bar disappeared. Even though I have the pace, even though I have the resistance now, my stamina is still low. And I burnt up a ton of stamina playing the teammate role, leading for 58 kilometers on the front of the field. Ruins your stamina. When your stamina gets this low, that yellow bar doesn't matter. So, my day was done when I spent just about 60 kilometers on the front of the field. Okay, we're about to go over the top here, but we are long gone from the front of the field, almost 3 minutes behind. And none of my teammates are anywhere near the front. There's 4 of us in this group, and that's the furthest forward anyone is. So I think team made a big mistake with Hermans as their selection for the day. Yeah. Why? Why would Hermans be the team leader at a 73? Van Avermaet and I should have been co-leaders today. If I would have had support and not had to have worked, I would have been fine. Things are hotting up at the front. So our team's race is ruined. Maybe attack this last climb, but I don't think I've really recovered enough. Even this last climb is 4K. Oh. Yeah. Nope. I'm not going anywhere. Just even in this chase with that low stamina, you can see that yellow bar is gone again before we even hit this climb.
Another attack. This time it could go all the way. We're into the last 5 kilometers.
Okay, we're heading over the top. Not quite. Not quite. The race is going to be finished before I even get over the top here. There. Okay. It didn't finish. But we're still 5K down. Van Avermaet got away a little bit.
Falling behind. A team leader is falling behind.
Peter Sagan for the win. Matthew Van Der Poel second. Sam Bennett, Wout van Aert, Michael Matthews, Trentin, Stuyven, Viviani, Van Barle, and Oliver Nassen are your top 10. I've got 2K to go in this one. Coming up towards the finish. Should have just stayed in my group, but we caught 2 guys ahead of us, and I helped them get past them. And look who we finished right next to. Ben Hermans. But yeah, 36th as a team. That's garbage. Van Avermaet didn't get support because he was an isolated puncher. And I didn't get support. And as a result, the whole team supporting Hermans was futile. On to April. And that big moment where we get to pick what team we'd like to ride for next season. So with that, we're going all the way into World Tour. I'm definitely not going back down. So even Dimension Data out of contention. UAE, CCC. I think I'm moving on and moving up. So at least 4-star squads. Trek, maybe. Mitchelton Scott, definite option. Bahrain Merida, I'm doing that in the other series, so I'll stay away from them. Lotto Sudal, maybe. Groupama FDJ, not my cup of tea. Astana, definitely not my cup of tea. AG2R, maybe. I like Bora, but they are not interested. I think at this point, Mitchelton Scott may be the best option. There's already some interest there. They've got a good squad. I'd be offered a decent amount of points. Let's do that. So, Mitchelton Scott. Points will bump up that interest a good bit. Yeah, that's already... That'll put us into yellow quite soon. Taking a look at the team as it is now. Durbridge. Definitely not Mountain. Esteban Chavez, decent support rider. Jack Haig, be a really good support rider. Henley. You have a... Bookwalter is a decent support rider. Robert Power, better on hills, but still a decent support rider. Adam Yates is still there. Simon is gone from the team. Zacharin's still there. Bad news though, both of them are contract up. So is Trentine. So is Power. And Nieve. Impey's still there. Haig's contract is up. Durbridge is still there. Chavez is there. That is very few riders signed at the moment though. Still, Mitchelton Scott, that's where we make our move. If Bora had a higher interest level, maybe more points, I'd think about that one. Or Lotto Sudal. One last look here. Who do they have? Let's just do it this way. Conrad, Reese, Lambrecht, Wellens. Reese still has a contract, and Wellens has a contract. So that's really not looking any better at this point either. So yeah, Mitchelton Scott, I guess. Do I want to stay put at CCC? Not really. No. We'll move on. Reputation is continental now. Okay. We're now at the Itzulia Basque Country race. It's 6 stages, and there's plenty of climbing, but it's all hills stages with a time trial at the end. I have full team support for this, because I am picked not only as leader, but the team thinks I should be winning this race. Now, over the previous climb, the halfway one, the peloton dropped in size considerably. That was me. I did that. I was at the front comfortably, and it was steep enough that I put a little acceleration in. Went over the top first, so I picked up some KOM points. Not that I need to be going for that. But I split the field, about 2/3 of the field off the back. They've never come back at us. So I diminished the field considerably on my own, and now we've got this one. Nice little steep climb here. I've got Gogol and Inkhorn with me, and that's all that's left. Those final 2 climbs could do some damage too. Interested in the KOM slightly here. Give a little acceleration on this one. It gives me 9 points.
The group is slowly thinning out due to such a frantic pace.
2 climbs left on the day. Peloton now down to 21. Oh, back to 41. Gogol's still with me. Okay. It's yo-yoing a bit, but there's definitely riders struggling on the back while I'm doing just fine. I'm back to full strength here. Speed it up as we get a little bit closer here. Okay, little uphill swing. Anybody lost? No. No, everybody's good so far. Okay, 4K to go to the top of the next one. Let's look at the profile on these final 2.
Only 15 kilometers left.
Short and steep here. That next one's longer, steeper, with a descent to the finish. I don't know if I could necessarily win the stage, but I think I could thin this out under 10. Not on this climb, though. Short and steep. Slight damage can be done here to the group, but I don't want to attack too hard. I want to save it for the final climb. Gogol's out the back. Only 2 riders lost so far. There's the KOM again. I've got 12 now. 35. Okay, it did thin us out a little bit. Dropped 6 riders.
The finish line is getting close. The riders just passed the 10.
And unlike others, I'll recover a bit here. I get into recovery quite quick. Sivkov, Yates is here. Bernal, that's my potential future teammate. Carapaz, Youngles. It's a pretty big group of riders. There's Jack Haig, potential future teammate as well. Both of them on expiring contracts, though. There's Quintana.
5 kilometers remaining.
Okay, final 5K, and we're starting to hit this climb.
Percentages are very high.
There's a chance for a split off here. I want to wait a little bit into the climb. It's steeper at the end. Here we go. 30 riders left. Now we're going to start to accelerate here.
Watch out, a team leader is falling behind.
Go over the top first. It's 18 points. I do have a little bit of separation here.
And they're
Oh, they said 1K when it was still 1.3. That was a little early. Oh, it's technical. It's technical. We got it. Stage win.
He snatched victory in that mass sprint finish.
Little separation. 13 seconds. Alaphilippe, Carapaz, Bernal, Moss, and then Youngles, Craig Anderson, Bennett, Latour, and Formulo. Surprised that the names that are at this race. I didn't realize that it was quite this strong of a field. There's no weak riders at all. Carrizosa, the only rider that I'm not familiar with, but that's Movistar. Alright, well, we open with the win and the race leader's jersey, so we're off to a good start here.
The escapees have surrendered. The pack gave them no chance.
Final 17K on stage number 2. My last teammate, Guadalupe, is just been dropped from the peloton, which is now down to 44 riders and continually going backwards on that number. We had just caught the breakaway group moments ago, and we're heading into the final climb of the day now. There's a sprint point on the way up, and then the climb worth 10 points at the top, and then you've got a little downhill, couple K left to go after you go over the peak. It's more punchy than anything for this one, even though it is a category 1, but it's not that severe of a climb. We've got 8.5K to go to the top. Ooh, Damiano Caruso with the puncture there, going backwards. And mostly I just need to watch out for some sort of attack, as Guadalupe has actually regained contact with the group. Did somebody? No. This is more of a damage control type stage. I don't think there's much of a chance of getting away with 5K to go now to the top. There are no time bonuses in this race. Sprint points, stage victories, no time bonuses. So I am 12 seconds ahead of the field. And we see a little acceleration here from Cosnefroy. That's for the sprint point. Okay. He's not even in the top 10. But here goes Malama and Fulsang with an acceleration. Guadalupe is done. Give my own little attack to get onto their wheel. Not sure how it is that I'm not getting actually any acceleration whatsoever here. There we go. 4K to go. Just 6 seconds, 8 seconds to Fulsang. I'm afraid though, if I don't give him the chase, nobody else will. And I don't have the ability to chase right now, so hopefully somebody else can pull him back here. 1.2K. And around a corner. Let's go ahead and sprint it out. Fulsang hangs on. It is about 8 seconds, 9 seconds. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough to hold some sort of gap. I take 8th place on this stage. 27 riders in the peloton were left. Having zero help in the chase is not going to be a very good way to go for trying to win the overall. If every single team and every single rider consider me the favorite and will let one another attack without repercussion, that's trouble for me waiting to happen. See if he gets a time gap or if it's too close. I would think it's too close, but you never know. This game has done stranger things. Same time. So I'll still be in the race lead. Alaphilippe Bernal. Oh, he's not even in that group of 21, is he? It's Fulsang. Oh no, there he is, 9th. He must have been at the back of the group on the first stage. So Alaphilippe now into the points jersey. I reclaim the KOM, even though it was lost over the course of the stage, but that final climb, going over 2nd, was enough to get back on top. And we've got 3 riders in contention for the under 25. And the team's throwing up a stinker overall as a group. Final 1.5K here in stage number 3. I wasn't going to show this stage because I didn't expect anything to happen, but this last punchy little itty bitty climb here was actually enough that Alaphilippe went on the attack. And because Alaphilippe went on the attack and I saw it coming and I read it, I went ahead and went into the sprint to make sure I didn't lose his wheel. Max Schachmann also went into a sprint, and suddenly the three of us have 40 seconds over the rest of the field with 1K to go to the finish.
There goes the sprint. The strong men are giving their all.
Schachmann looking the strongest here as he sat on. Alaphilippe used his energy to get away. I used my energy to chase him. Schachmann rode my wheel and then rode our wheel as I kept the distance off the rest of the field. And that's why Schachmann gets the stage. But again, no time bonuses for that 1, 2, 3, just over the rest of the field. So no, I don't get a stage win, so I don't get the prestige that goes along with that, but I do certainly get the time bonus of the three of us over the rest of the field. And that's what I cared most about on that one. See what kind of gap we end up with. I didn't see where the time ended up being in that final 1.5K. But it looks like it was about half a minute. Or same time. 37 seconds doesn't mean anything. There's still over 40K to go here in stage number 4. In terms of the stages, I think this is the one that will be most decisive outside of the time trial on the final stage. Seeing a bit of an acceleration here by Bora Hansgrohe in our chase. There are 65 riders left in the peloton. The breakaway started initially with 20 riders, and no less than 10 of them were big name quality riders, meaning a very, very difficult group to chase back. They had 5 minutes at one point, they're down to 3, but they've also disintegrated a couple times and are now, there are now 10 chasing 4. And this is a pretty hefty climb, but the real climb is going to come as that last one. Near the top, I'm going to put some pressure here on the peloton and thin it out a bit further. Looks like I'm going to lose all 4 teammates quite soon here, so if I'm going to be on my own, I might as well force others to be on their own as well, as we're already, a moment ago we were down to 46, 39, 1.9K. I don't want to use too much energy, but I do want to put a herding into the field. So I'm going to wait till about 1K to go and then put in an acceleration. Here comes an acceleration by Yates. Ooh, Wellens and Gaudu have both gone above me in points now with this Category 1 climb. Wow, see, I just rode them right off of my wheel, and I'm hoping that I could do that again here on the final climb. We'll cruise down for the descent and let them chase me back on. That's 21 riders. That's a much smaller group, and that's what I like to see when I'm in this situation where I do not have the necessary team support. I'm still 6 seconds clear. Let's grab some water while I'm clear. That'll get us the rest of the way, 27K. Before I get to the bottom though, let's sit up and let these guys catch up to me. Okay, so 22 riders. We are still chasing that entire breakaway. It looks like that first group is split up completely, each rider going alone. And then there's 9 in the 5th chase group and 1 rider left that we're looking at. There's Dens. And there they are, split up all over the place. Conchi, Wellens, Gaudu.
It's in such percentages that the strongest can create some gaps.
Pretty big acceleration here by Rowan Dennis, Marc Soler, Enric Mas, Putting some pressure on. Carapaz putting some pressure on. Fairley going to the front. I'm just about out of energy, but I will recover quite a bit once we go over the top here in a moment. Still putting a hurting on me. Haven't recovered yet. There we go. Now into the descent. Now I'll recover. Come on, get on down. Get down. Get down. There we go. Heart rate's down. Back up for the moment, though. Okay, now there's just 3 riders left off the front. Come on. Boy, oh boy, that recovery did not come, though. That middle flat section just hurt my recovery a lot. That little category 2 is what's hurting me at the moment. It's just a little bit punchy.
There are just 10 kilometers left.
I've got nothing left. What's going on here? Why didn't I recover? Okay, let's use the gel. Onto that final climb. Now my pure climbing pace is going to be better than a lot of these guys, but I'm going to lose time. And there goes Landa.
And he spurts away from the group. He's going for victory.
Okay, here we go. Let's just accelerate and go our pace. I'm off the front.
Oh my! I can see her rider on the tarmac.
See with this group. Landa's still away, though. Okay, I'm out of energy. I might as well just push my pace. What can we do? Oh, it's not pretty. I thought I could push a little faster than this. There's no way that these guys have all this energy. Why do they have so much energy and I do not? I don't see how no damage was done to them. It's not like any of them were protected. Any. I lost a lot of time. 12th place. Landa takes the win. Moss, Latour, Thomas, Mahorich, Bernal, Benart, Lopez. And there were minutes involved in that. That was just weird to me that those guys saw no effect to their energy levels when mine just plummeted on that little category 2 to where I had nothing left and then didn't recover. Very unusual that they weren't hurt through that section. And sure, there was a few teams that had multiple riders, but I didn't see anyone actually riding protection on another rider. So if everybody's solo, and if you guys are at the front pushing the pace to where everybody's struggling, why am I the only one who struggled? Oh man. How long was that stage? It's only 170k. Stamina should have only kicked in as an effect the final 10 kilometers, and my green bar was definitely not on the horribly low end. My resistance was a 77 today. And my climbing at an 83 should have been just about the highest. Lopez is in the field. I think his natural is an 82. But he's not the one who went off and won it. Landa, though, he's a good climber. They're, that whole front group, those are all good climbers. But Alaphilippe isn't. Not on the mountains. He finished ahead of me. I don't know. Sometimes Sometimes there are stranger things, and then you binge watch because it's amazing. But also, strange things happen here as well, not just on Netflix. 4:10. That is a ton of time. I have no chance of winning this race now. I'm all the way down to 11th. Now, that last stage, I can maybe get back as high as 4th, depending on how long it is. 8th seems more likely. Now, being alone, teammates gone, what was it, 70, 80K before the end of the stage. That didn't help. That did not help. But like I said, the other guys, they weren't riding protection either. So everybody was mano a mano for themselves. And I faded super early, considering the race day condition and the ratings. That shouldn't have happened. Stage 5, pretty insignificant on this one. It really should come down to stage 6 now. So I'm well out of contention for the overall now, but time gaps still could be relatively large to move up a few spots potentially as we get started here on this time trial. So normally I'd push about a 76, but we've got some hefty climbs here that are going to do some damage, so I think I'm going to try a 75 initially. I've got a 0 to the race day condition, but the fitness helps me out a little bit. It's mostly time trial, little bit prologue. So the 81 time trial, 76 prologue probably is going to balance out to right about an 80. And then of course the climbing kicks in. And at a 75 effort means it should come down to my mountain rating at an 81. We are already above 3% now. This first climb is 2K in length, 11.5% max gradient, and it's 5.8% on the average gradient as we go up this one. But either way, mountain or time trial, I'm hovering at about an 80, 81 throughout the day here. Heading into the next climb, then we're just about to hit the base here. This first section, this is the real part to this climb, and I'm going to push through here. Especially considering I'm not that far down energy-wise, so let's push an 80 for now until we get, not all the way to the top, but to this flat section, and then we'll back off again. I think I can make a ton of time here. This is 11% gradient, or was. Yeah, we can back off. Sivakov has the fastest time ahead of Zacharin, Nielsen Palace. Mark Soler goes quickest at 36.27. I'm 7 seconds ahead of Soler at that point. A lot of up and down the rest of the way, but we're still at a deficit at the moment. Okay, we're back to level, and we've got up, down, undulating sections between now and the finish. 4.5K to go. It's a tricky one. I think in terms of energy, though, I've gotten it just about right here. That's the last big uphill. There's one more slight uphill to go. And that's it right there. And now into the final K. Attack 99. Okay, so I'm into the lead by 7 seconds, which is the same gap I had at the first time check. Now, going on with other riders still coming across, Dennis is just a few seconds down. Bennert. Lopez lost a bunch of time. That's the next one to come in. He's over a minute down. Bennert is quicker, though, so I might not win this stage. Team objective is top 3 on the stage. Lopez loses a minute 23. Here's Dennis. Oh, Dennis goes top. by 10 seconds ahead of me. Landa was 44 seconds down. I should be ahead of him. 55. Bernal's the next one. Bennett just came in quickest. That was the guy who crossed the line there quickly. So I'm down to third. But that is also those top three. Carapaz. Nope, Carapaz has already crossed the line. Sivakov already, right? Yes. So it's looking at this point that none of the top guys are likely to move up. Thomas, 44 seconds down. Waiting on Latour. Last two riders. Minute 21, and Moss takes 12th. So we do get a top three on the stage. That's good. 33 seconds down. Bennett with the quickest. Dennis in between us. Still good on the podium. Bernal takes fourth. Soler. Sivakov. And for the overall, I move up to 8th place. 1 second ahead of Landa. Enric Mas takes the overall win. Bennett moves into the top three, joining Geraint Thomas on the podium. I end up third in the KOM. Second in the points. And third in the young rider classification. So I'm all over the podium to everything, but not winning anything other than one stage. But the team competition, we're not even in the top 10. So that's a real sign of what I was up against on that race with no quality team support. So one stage win, one stage podium. Top 10 in the overall. But ultimately, a poor job. 47 points, though. Nearly to the point where we're going to level up. And what do we have left in April? A classic that's not suited to my style. And then Liège, Bastogne, Liège. Not necessarily suited to my style. But that'll be next. And then Giro d'Italia. So we're going to get the Giro started after the first race of the next episode. That's also going to put us right at the other end of the month after Liège, Bastogne, Liège. So we'll be starting the next episode right there. That's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer, and remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe, and tune in next time on my road to the record. Bye for now.